Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome back to Coaching Conversations. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Maria Sabio.
And I'm Lorda Sleeper. Be sure to watch to the end for some practical practices. I love an alliteration that you can start using right away. Today we're tackling something we all want, but sometimes struggle to find. That's true contentment, right? You know that feeling when external things aren't perfect, but inside you still feel steady and even peaceful. And that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah, and honestly, it might be in a place you're not usually looking. I've been thinking a lot about this lately, about how we're always chasing things outside of ourselves, like promotions, a new car, vacations, a new home. And then when we get them, right, we're happy for a bit, but then it fades. And then we're chasing something else, right?
Yeah. It's that endless chase, that feeling of never quite having enough. It's exhausting. But today we're going to share that there is a different way. And there's a way to truly feel content consistently, no matter what's happening externally.
Yeah, that's exactly what today's about. Finding that contentment from the inside out, focusing on what's actually within your control. And we've got science and timeless wisdom to back it up.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Maybe you've noticed it for yourself. You get that job, buy that house, hit that fitness goal, and it feels amazing for a moment, right? And then it fades. That's the hedonic treadmill in action. Our brains are wired to adapt quickly, and that new car, new job, new anything gives us a dopamine rush, that the brain's feel good chemical, but then soon enough your baseline resets. That new becomes normal, and then the chase starts all over again.
Yeah, it's like because we're not chasing something, we almost feel empty, right? But psychologically, we're actually wired to seek novelty and improvement, and that's the whole reason that we might feel a little empty when we achieve something. That's great for survival, but it's really lousy for sustaining happiness. And this is where the wisdom actually comes in. What if real contentment isn't out there? Right? What if it depends on something unshakable inside of us? The power of our minds, our choices, things no external obstacle can actually touch.
Yeah, when we come to realize that happiness isn't out there, that it really does start inside, you know, that points to right thinking as the real good. And modern psychology reflects that. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is built on this. It teaches that it's not what happens, but how we interpret what happens that shapes our feelings. I do this work with my clients all the time. It's shifting your perspective. So if you lose your job, the event itself is one thing, but if you think I'm a failure, then you're going to dive into despair, right? But if you change it to this is a setback, but I'm capable, and then your feelings will also shift. So it's fine and good to recognize that this is a challenge, but you know, even though it's going to be difficult, I can do challenging things, right? That it's a different narrative. And where we get into trouble is in letting what happens identify us.
Right, and that's the big problem, that it's placing our identity on external factors instead of placing our identity on the character values that we have, and our beliefs and who we want to be. And neuroscience, it backs it up. Engaging in rational, constructive thinking, it actually activates that prefrontal cortex, that brain's executive center for reasoning and impulse control. And it's strengthening this part that helps us regulate our emotions, and it builds resilience. So the more you practice this right thinking, this shift in perspective, the less hijack that that you're going to have emotional, right? That hijack experience that you experience from the emotional reactivity from the amygdala, that primitive part of the brain that triggers fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And you start building this inner fortress that fortifies your whole being.
Absolutely. And so, it's not just thinking, it's doing. The wisdom highlights right action as a true good, making it the limit of your desire. It's about intrinsic motivation, doing things that are aligned with your values, personal growth, helping others, learning, and not chasing external rewards like money or status. And, research shows that these internal drives bring deeper and more lasting satisfaction.
Yeah, and we're not talking about, don't have goals. We're saying don't make your goals or your achievements the only thing that brings you lasting happiness, that because they're not. Your goals are to achieve a certain, financial level, or level in your career. Those are fantastic, but your internal happiness shouldn't be based on just reaching those goals. So volunteering or learning for joy, supporting a friend because it feels right, those things, they'll bring you that intrinsic happiness. When you focus your desires here, you ditch that endless striving for things mostly out of your control. And biologically, right action triggers that dopamine too, but in a way that supports lasting contentment. It's like rewarding progress towards meaningful goals, not just, quick external highs.
Yeah, it's a shift from a scarcity mindset of
Yeah.
I need more to be happy to an
Mhm.
abundance mindset of I have what I need within my power. And this path to contentment is always open. So, who who stands to gain the most from this? Who is this for? Anyone tired of chasing external validation or stuck in dissatisfaction cycles? It's for people, who are feeling overwhelmed by what they can't control, whether it's anxiety, life upheavals, constant change, or constant comparison.
Right. Also for those high achievers who, feel that emptiness despite the success. And people prone to the social media comparison, and those facing serious challenges, health, job loss, difficult relationships. You know, we want steady peace no matter what. And this mindset shift, it puts you back in the driver's seat. You're content and happy, because of your internal values and who you are, and what you value. You're not victimized by circumstances. You're the architect of your peace, and holding the power over your mind and choices.
Yeah. So let's get into the practice. How do you build this muscle of right thinking and action daily? Try this. Do an is it truly mine check. When strong emotions hit, whether it's anxiety or anger, pause and ask, is this really within my control, or is this just my reaction? If it's external, practice letting go and do a daily reason audit. At the end of the day, reflect, were my thoughts and actions aligned with reason, integrity, kindness? And celebrate the wins and note areas to grow.
Right. And then limit, again, those external desires. Identify one desire that's really stressing you, like a raise, approval, change in, trying to change other people. And simply observe today, see how it is, and don't fuel it. See how you feel. And then focus on the intrinsic action. Do one small thing today for the joy of it. No strings attached. Listen deeply, learn something new, or tidy your space for peace. Something that gives you happiness, not, external validation or external rewards. And, remember, each step is a brick in your fortress of contentment. It's a practice, not perfection.
Yeah, so, here's the truth. You are not a slave to circumstance. Your deepest contentment isn't waiting out there, it's already here, inside your capacity for reason and values aligned action. It's about reclaiming control, building happiness. No market crash, bad boss, or relationship can shake. That is empowerment.
Yeah. And, we want to leave you with this quote from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. And when you realize this, and you will find strength. So choose the strength today and build your contentment from the inside out. We'd really love to hear from you. What's one desire you let go of that actually improved your peace? Let us know, comment below.
Thanks for being here. We're walking this path right alongside you. Take care of your heart, take care of your mind, take care of yourself. If you found this helpful, support our work by liking, following, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.